You know when you go into a fish and chip shop, let's say on a Friday, right? And the guy in an all too chirpy voice, it's the chirpiness that gets me, goes, as you walk in, he goes, chips will be 5 minutes. What? What do you mean the chips are going to be 5 minutes? Did you not think I was going to order chips? It's a chip shop. The clue's very much in the name. This is the one scenario you really should have been prepared for. It's like when you go into a Greggs or any high street bakery. Go into any high street bakery at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and they will say, in the same voice, wherever you go in the country, they'll go, we've run out of rolls. And then they'll explain it. They'll go, loads of people came in at lunch and had rolls. Now we've run out. Like there was nothing they could do. Make some more, you fucking I sometimes get it in Starbucks. Do you go into Starbucks? I love Starbucks. I love the posh coffee. You walk in there, though, at the end of the day, and they'll go, we've turned the coffee machine off. Well, turn it back on, fuck knuckle. I didn't come in for a chat. I want a fucking coffee. I sometimes get it in department stores at the end of the day. You know, if you're in a big department store at the end of the day, you'll get, from behind the counter, quite a snooty voice. Excuse me, we're closed. You find yourself thinking, well, how did I get in here? Am I a burglar? I don't want to be a burglar. Do you go into McDonald's? You might go in there later on. You might need a poo. Have you noticed how underneath McDonald's it still says restaurant? Who's that for? Who doesn't know what McDonald's do? And also, restaurant. Is it a restaurant? Really? You guys are a couple, right? How long have you been together? A year and a bit. OK, so long-term relationship, a year and a bit, you've been together. How annoyed would you be, madam, on a scale between 1 and fucking very, if next Valentine's he said to you, yeah, I booked a restaurant, yeah. Yeah, I spoke to the maitre d'. Yeah. Ronald, I think his name was. He was either the maitre d' or a 5-star general, because he had the whole bit, aren't he? I've organised a table for 2 and he recommends the filet-o-fish. You'd fucking kill him, wouldn't you? And who doesn't know what McDonald's do at this stage? You'd have to have been living underground for 25 fucking years. Was ist das? Hamburger. Schnitzel. Schnitzel for the fritzer. Oh. I got stopped outside of McDonald's. This guy said to me the other day, he said, this cheap food is only made possible by GM farming, cruelty to animals and the exploitation of workers in the third world. I said, all right, hold up. You had me at cheap food. I'm going in, there's no need for the hard sell. All that other stuff is just a bonus. Do you get this? Do you get the super patronising warning from the waiter about the hot plate? Do you get that when you go out for a meal? Yeah. It arrives and the waiter goes, be careful, the plates are very hot. You think, yeah, I'm a grown-up, I think I can operate a plate. Also, I can't help but notice, Mr. patronising waiter, you just put it down with your hand. But it's too hot for my little fingers. I'll tell you what, Mr. patronising waiter, shall we see if it's hot? Shall we? Ah! It's really hot. I don't want to be a dick, but you should have said. In show business, they say never work with children or animals, and nowhere is that truer than porno. No one likes looking at sick and degrading pornography. More than me. And one friend I have who has a diving school. Any gay priests in? No, for those of you that don't know, the collective noun for gay priests, priests. It's an easy one to remember, isn't it? No, because gay priests were in the news, because if you're a gay priest, you can now marry another gay priest, and they weren't allowed to for ages because it was going to be confusing during the ceremony, because would they say, do you take this man, or does he take you? Who's the mummy? Seems a bit awkward. I'd like to meet a gay priest, though, because normally priests do that sort of nomine patre filio fish thing, whatever that is. I imagine a gay priest to be a little bit more... a little bit more razzmatazz. Jesus Christ, you look amazing. Yeah, I'm gonna kneel down before you. What? Come on. Jesus was definitely a What, he hung out with 12 sailors? Fishermen, whatever. I'm going away, we're having a dinner, no girls. And he had a six-pack. Oh. I've got a family pack. Nice. The church wanted to move forward on female bishops, but bishops can only move diagonally. Gay priests can move wherever they want because they are queens. All together or not at all on the applause. Otherwise, we've got to throw you a fucking fish. Well, thanks very much. I don't believe in God. I'm actually an atheist. Well, not even an atheist. Sorry, I don't believe in God seems a bit obvious now after the Jesus is a comment. But I don't believe in God. I'm not even an atheist. I'm what you might call an anti-theist. I think religion is a bad idea. I think it's a tool used by the powers that be to control the weak-minded in our society. But you can't pour that on a form, so I just write Church of England. I'm actually a lapsed Catholic. Any Catholics in? Oh, quite a few over there, yeah. I'm a lapsed Catholic. I knew my days were over in the Catholic Church when I found myself at communion thinking, I like the wine, I'm loving the wafer. Any chance of a bit of cheese? Don't get me wrong, though, I still respect the Pope. I like to think of the Pope as king of the pedos. He's the best one. He's the ringleader. He's Gary Glitter's boss. Did you see the story about Gary Glitter? There was a GCSE music question about Gary Glitter. How bad's that? How bad's that? A GCSE music question about a Gary Glitter song. Because if there's one artist you don't want associated with the phrase, shh, turn over, you've got an hour... I should probably leave Glitter alone. He just wants to settle down and have kids. Well, broadly speaking, as I say, this is what I do for a living. Sometimes it doesn't quite work out, because sometimes I'll have an idea for a joke, and then I'll sort of look at it in the morning and go, you know, if I've scribbled it down on a bit of paper at 4 in the morning, I'll look at it in the morning and go, well, it's sort of half a joke, but it's not the funny half. Sort of a bit more, you know, challenging. It's a bit more esoteric and oblique. Means difficult to understand. Make an effort, Mongo.